Welcome to The Bond. The Bond is about forming deeper customer connections in marketing and sales. In snack-size episodes, we'll help leaders realise their ambitions with greater customer relevance, authenticity and capability. You'll gain insights about how to build deeper customer connections and grow in today's hyper-competitive markets.
Welcome to this snackable podcast where we'll dive deep into the realm of Facebook advertising. We'll explore the intricacies of creating effective ad campaigns and maximizing your return on investment. In the previous episode, we discussed the overall benefits of social media advertising. And today we're focusing on the powerhouse of social media advertising, Facebook. As always, I'm here with my wonderful colleague, Stu. Hi, Stu.
G'day, Em. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, great.
Terrific. So, Stu, let's begin with a quick overview for our listeners about the power of Facebook in Australia in 2023.
Yes, Facebook really is a monster. It dominates with a staggering 73.8% of Australians using the platform, nearly 3/4 of Australians. Facebook has 18.5 million monthly active Australian users, and 1 in 2 Australians use Facebook daily, putting it on par with YouTube in terms of engagement. There's some stuff you hear about Facebook becoming less ubiquitous. Some people are using it less than they perhaps were. But don't be mistaken, it really does remain incredibly powerful as an advertising platform. And today, when we're talking about Facebook advertising, this is by Meta, and it also includes Instagram. So it covers both of those platforms.
That's right. And the numbers really set the story, don't they? So let's cover off the reasons to choose Facebook advertising. And let's start with Facebook's ad formats. So it offers a plethora of ad formats to cater to your various marketing goals. So by that, we mean that you can choose from displaying photos, videos, carousel ads, and more. And these formats, what they really mean is they provide flexibility in how you present your brand to your audience.
Yeah, that's right. So while visuals are essential, compelling ad copy is equally crucial for a successful campaign. Along with its impressive user base and diverse ad formats, a big advantage of Facebook is its advanced targeting capability. It really is amazing how we can drill into so many aspects of human demographics and behavioural types.
Absolutely. It's all about connecting to new customers, isn't it?
It really is. You can connect with users based on their interests and behaviours, and it creates an opportunity to introduce your products or service to an audience that may not have even been aware of your brand's existence before now. So it's kind of like the new TV, right? It's something that a lot of people see a lot, and if you want to get your brand seen by your audience and appear in their feed, not necessarily when they're searching for you, Facebook is a great advertising platform for achieving that.
Absolutely. And it's also one that can nurture those that are warm to you but maybe weren't quite ready to buy. And we do this through retargeting. So users that have visited your website before can then be served your ads. And if you've ever gone to a website and then wonder how people are currently serving you ads, that's the technology behind it. And we can target when we say by interests and behaviors. It can even drill down to things like job title and geography. So if we want to get really niche, we could be focusing in on a 5-kilometer radius of teachers. It can get actual pinpoint accuracy, or you can zoom back out, and that's just incredible, isn't it?
It is amazing. And in regional places as well, you can choose to target people that not only live in this area but have visited there recently. So, if someone has a holiday house down the south coast, then you can make sure that you're getting local services through to people who perhaps live in Sydney and visit there on the weekend.
Exactly. So a top tip of ours is, as wonderful as the targeting capabilities are, if you're just starting with your Facebook ads journey, be careful not to go too niche from the get-go. So yes, you can target on demographics, interests and behaviors, but avoid adding too many targeting options to start with, because we recommend start broad and then narrow down your audience and refine your audience once you've garnered some really quality data insights. If you go too niche too early, you just run the risk of missing out on some key learnings and potentially alienating great prospects that you just aren't open to from the
Yeah,
get-go.
it's a really good point, Im. Targeting's great. It's why we do a lot of what we do, is not wasting time on those people that will never buy our products, but focused on who does. When we're dealing with these digital platforms, it can pay to let the algorithm find or refine from a broader set rather than starting too narrow too soon. Ultimately, we'll get there, but yeah, not too soon.
Exactly. So let's talk dollars and why Facebook offers more bang for your bucks to you.
Yeah, well, Facebook advertising is cost effective. It makes it very useful for small businesses with medium budgets. Most campaigns operate on a pay-per-click or pay-per-impression basis. And it is crucial to start with the appropriate budget. So, what does that mean? What's an appropriate budget?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we would say that starting with a budget of $500 for a per campaign is a reasonable size budget. What that will allow you to do is to serve your ads, probably run them for close to a month. And from that, you'll get some really great insights and get an idea of what it will cost you per click or per impression to give you an idea of how much you want to continue to spend in future campaigns. But I think if you're just thinking, I have no idea, starting with $500 is great.
Yeah.
And another top tip of ours is, you mentioned before, you have the option of paying per impression or paying per click. So you control that in the ad set. There's a setting in there what you get charged for, and you can toggle between pay per impression or pay per click. And what that really means is, do you want to be charged every time someone sees your ads, every time it appears on someone's screen? That doesn't necessarily mean it will resonate with them. It just means it's appeared in someone's newsfeed. Or do you want to be paying every time someone takes an action and actually clicks on your ad? So just food for thought.
Yeah, different stages of the customer's journey from discovering you to buying from you, require a different approach. And that's one example of the choices that you'll be able to make when advertising with Facebook.
Perfect. And another advantage are the powerful audience insights that you get. So as we mentioned, you just get a treasure trove of audience insights about their demographics and how they engage with your ads. Facebook ads also allows for A/B testing, which can be a really handy method to refine your targeting and also your content. So by A/B testing, we mean you can test the imagery in your ads, you can test the copy in your ads, you can test the copy and the CTA button. Everything is testable. And what that ultimately means is you're getting closer to finding the perfect optimized ads that generate the best results. And once you know which copy and imagery is performing better, you can upweight that so that it's served more and downweight the ads that are underperforming.
Yep.
So Stu, is there anything else?
Yeah, so I think that creativity,
Yes.
it always matters in marketing, right? And
Absolutely.
So creative freedom is one area where Facebook advertising opens up the creative freedom compared to using organic posts. There's less restrictions that Facebook apply on you when you're paying them to be there. So you can explore different ad formats to tell your brand story more effectively. You can use short form video content in particular, which is highly engaging in paid social campaigns. And our tip is that short-term video content is very effective in garnering attention across paid social campaigns, and you should consider investing time and resources to create a series of short videos to feature in your campaigns. It's effort well spent.
Absolutely. So let's discuss the step-by-step process to set up a successful Facebook ad campaign. So step one is logging into your Facebook Ads Manager account and initiating your campaign. So to do so, you log into your Meta Business Suite, or if you don't have one, you create one, and then you create your ad campaign by choosing your marketing objective. So Facebook offers a range of marketing objectives from brand awareness through to conversions, and selecting the one that aligns best with your business goals is key. So by conversions, what we mean is take an action that is being taken. So it could be a purchase from your online shop. It could be a downloading of a service form or a contact me form. So that's the first decision you need to make, is what are your ads setting out to achieve? Then you go on to define your audience. So as we've mentioned, targeting the right audience is paramount. So that's where you think about what demographics you want to specify, any interests and behaviors, and who your ideal target market is that's most likely to engage with your offering.
Yeah, I really can't sort of stress that enough. The power of this to target individual groups, types of people, demographic profiles, interests, locations, whatever it might be, is extraordinary, and it really pays to think well about that.
Absolutely. It's also great for testing some of your assumptions as well in your ideal target audience. Then we go on to setting your budget and schedule. So you can determine your campaign budget. As we mentioned, maybe $500 is a good place to start. And you can opt for a daily or lifetime budget, and you can set your campaign start and end dates. So the difference between a daily or lifetime budget is that you can set a lifetime budget of $500, or you could set a daily budget of $10 a day and stipulate that you want Facebook to be spending $10 a day to serve your ads. Then we go into choosing our ad placements. So you have the power to decide where you want your ads to appear. And I think you mentioned at the start, Stu, that we're talking about Facebook, but it also owns, well, Meta also owns Instagram. So you have the option to also push your ads through to Instagram's channels through this setup.
Or only Instagram's channels.
Or only, exactly. And you can get even more granular as to which parts of Facebook and Instagram you want them to serve. So you might only want your ads to appear in the news feed or in stories. So that's the area that you set your controls about where it's displayed. And then we go on to finally creating your ad. And this is the fun part, the creative phase. So choosing your ad format, whether it's video or imagery, writing your compelling headline copy, thinking about the wording that you're going to use on the call to action button, and what's really going to resonate with your target audience.
Right. We then go ahead and set up tracking conversions. What we're doing here is we're making sure that we're monitoring what's going on, not only around the ad, but what people do subsequent to that. Do they go on and visit the website? Do they go and buy something from us? And this allows us to really focus on, tuning the ad for what we want to achieve. We then turn it on. So review and submit. So this is the moment of truth before finalizing the campaign. We go through and we double check all the settings and make sure the budget's spending at the right one. That's one that's not easy. What's the audience? What creative will be served up? And then once we're satisfied, we go ahead and hit submit. And then we've gone through 8 points so far, but the last one, number 9, you can think of as being the new number 1. So this is monitoring and optimizing. Like in everything we cover in this podcast, we're always talking about marketing's this game of constant improvement, of testing, measuring, and learning and reapplying. And Facebook advertising was no different. So what we're doing is after the campaign goes live, we're continuously monitoring its performance. We're looking at the insights that Facebook delivers, and we're looking at the total customer journey and how the ad fits into that, and we're going to make adjustments. We're going to continue to innovate based on what we learn from what we measure.
Absolutely. But we'd probably recommend allowing at least 2 weeks, if possible, to let Facebook's algorithm learn before we resist the urge to jump in and immediately start tinkering, because it needs a little bit of time to garner that information for us and really learn.
Yeah.
Another thing to add is if a campaign works well, then I'll absolutely reuse it. However, if a campaign doesn't work well, then don't be afraid to pause it and just start from scratch. And that's so that you're not inheriting inaccurate machine learning from Facebook's algorithm. So just one thing to be mindful that the algorithm and the AI will learn. And if it's learning in the wrong direction, then pause, walk away and start again.
Yeah, this is a really key point. It's really interesting. It's reminded me, and this is probably something we should cover in a future episode, is the training of AI, right? So when we talk about algorithms, we're effectively talking about artificial intelligence. It's the machine's ability to learn about what's going on and adjust its behavior accordingly. And like people, machine learning can be trained well or poorly. And if we're giving it too much bad input, that can infect the future way the algorithm will behave. So we'll come back to that later, the training of AI.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll have a full episode on AI because, as we mentioned before, you and I are constantly fascinated by AI and how it can improve the effectiveness of all of our marketing efforts.
We sure are.
So, in conclusion, Facebook advertising is a potent tool for businesses. And as we've talked about, it offers extensive reach, it offers diversity of ad formats and opportunities for creating really cost-effective, engaging campaigns. And whether you're aiming to connect with new customers or gain insights about your audience or simply exercise creative freedom, Facebook advertising really has you covered.
Yeah, it really does. And so, thanks, Sim. For everyone, we hope this podcast has equipped you with some great insights to use Facebook advertising successfully for your campaigns. And if you need some help with advertising on Facebook, please come and talk to us. We'd love to help you out. Thanks again, Im, for running this show today. And to everybody, thanks for joining us on The Bond.
The Bond is brought to you by Point & Consulting. We're a marketing and sales consultancy based in Sydney, Australia. We help ambitious businesses to unlock customer value by transforming their marketing and sales, from strategy to process, execution, and automation. We like to help good people do better.